You may have heard about waiving your contingencies when you make an offer on a house. But what are the contingencies exactly? Here are some of the most common contingencies found in the California RPA, Residential Purchase Agreement. One contingency is the financing contingency. This contingency allows the buyer to cancel the contract if they are unable to obtain financing for the purchase. The contingency usually includes a deadline by which the buyer must obtain financing, and if they are unable to do so, they can cancel the contract and get their deposit back. Another contingency is the appraisal contingency. This contingency allows the buyer to cancel the contract if the property does not appraise for the purchase price. If the property appraises for less than the purchase price, the buyer can cancel the contract or negotiate a lower purchase price with the seller. Then we have the inspection contingency. This contingency allows the buyer to have the property inspected by a licensed inspector. If the inspection reveals any defects or issues with the property, the buyer can ask the seller to make repairs or negotiate a lower purchase price. We also have the home sale contingency. This contingency applies when the buyer needs to sell their current home before they can purchase the new property. The contingency usually includes a deadline by which the buyer must sell their current home, and if they are unable to do so, they can cancel the contract and get their deposit back. Then we have the review of seller documents. This contingency requires the seller to provide certain disclosures about the property, such as any known defects, hazards, or environmental issues. If the seller fails to provide the required disclosures, the buyer can cancel the contract. It is important to work with a real estate agent who can help you understand the contingencies in the California RPA and decide which contingencies to keep and which ones you may feel comfortable waiving.